Let's start.
Oh, I did have actually there was one question that I did have in mind. How did you
Yeah.
go about in like starting your whole podcast and getting it from the ground up and everything?
That's a good question. Maybe you can ask me that in the podcast. I'll tell you. I started it in a transition. I was working with a lot of corporations at that time, and just working corporations. You can see the bureaucracies. You can see the political hypocrisies, the different. And me being a psychologist, I see these behaviors, and I'm like. Do I really want to continue in this path? Do I really want to, you know, be part of this, right?
Exactly.
And that's when I decided to say, well, I'm going to start doing my practice more privately and also start also educating people on what the real corporate world looks like. What are the common behaviors we see, without accusing anyone in particular, but you can see this. It's almost like a universal language in corporate America and companies and factories, etc.
Yeah.
That's what inspired me to do it. And I saw a lot of harassment, retaliation, repercussions for standing up for what's right. So obviously, you become corrupt if you're part of a corrupt system,
Exactly.
even if you are not part of it. So I decided to remove myself from that.
All right. That's awesome. I'm glad that you were able to make that. It's a rough decision, but able to make that leap of faith to actually go for it. Because a lot of people they get comfortable or they get scared from actually doing those, making that leap, and they end up becoming part of those systems that they can't stand so much. So they become a living hypocrisy within it. And that's when a lot of people have that internal conflict within themselves. And when they see other people do it, especially people who are a little bit younger than them or who are striving for something different, it messes with them because can you imagine having to look at someone every single day? They're the living embodiment of what you'll never become. And like that's frustrating.
Yeah, I think it's not only frustrating, but it's also speaks highly about you and how you want to treat yourself. Uh, if you really want to define yourself by what the environment tells you need to be, or do you want to define yourself for what you want to be?
Exactly.
In terms of your conviction, beliefs. Because look, money helps a lot, but it doesn't really gives you joy and happiness. Joy and happiness comes with peace of mind. Because
Exactly.
you can have less and be happy because the environment you chose is something more peaceful for you, as opposed to having more, but there's always a price to pay for that having more.
Exactly. It's like money, yeah. It helps you breathe and makes life a little bit easier. But money, pretty much at the end of the day, it just amplifies what you already are.
Indeed. And that's why I do think that, like, for example, like when we educate ourselves, we have a moral obligation to talk the truth, talk facts, try to lead by example as well, but provide the proper information so the younger generation that comes behind us understand that they don't have to face many of these, I would say, atrocities. Because at the end of the day, it's all about making a choice for yourself.
Yep.
And the least you go through the battlefield, the less wounds you will get, and the further you can go if you're not wounded.
Exactly.
So, and I do think, like, people choose a lot of these careers is more because of a societal norm, the comforts, and also the hierarchy impact on others. And at the end of the day, when you're tired, you're stressed because think about it, you work for a company and the deadlines never end. You
Yep.
can kill it on sales, you can kill the numbers, and yet the next year is going to be doubled. with the same resources.
Exactly.
And yes, it's a great challenge to have, but it pays a toll on your peace of mind.
Yep. And pretty much every day it's like it slowly chips a piece of you every single day, every month, every year, to the point where there's nothing left of you, and then you become a hollow husk of who you used to be. And then I was like, I believe older generation should teach with decorum and discipline and not dominance.
Absolutely. I do think like perhaps older generation is sacrificed for, like, for example, us to be better educated. They had a purpose. It wasn't selfish. It was selfless.
Yes.
It was more because they knew that without that sacrifice, their kids couldn't be the people that they once imagined themselves to be. So I can see how that sacrifice forms a greater generation as opposed to all about me, me, me. How is that forming a group, a selective group that's going to embody, good morals, ethics, and values? It's going to be very challenging.
Yeah.
But that's a good question, man.
Thank you.
But I like your name, Zakee, right?
Yes, my mother gave it to me.
Zakee Smith, Conte Smith, correct?
Yep. Correct.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to do the introduction and we'll start from there. And it's really a conversation. There's no format. There's no scripts. We're just going to talk, ask any questions. We'll talk about anything you want to talk. There's no formality. There's really no rules. I think the only thing at the end is you can ask something back to the podcast and then leave a question for the next guest.
Okay.
But that's it. Like there's really nothing else. Like I don't format anything when it comes to like having chats with people. All right. So I'm gonna start. It's recording now and I'm gonna start. Welcome back again, Ethics Skill Podcast, where we explore human experiences. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do not forget our campaign. We are committed to transform your subscriptions into pro bono programs for mental health, so you can free somebody's mind from their traumas and help them heal just by subscribing. Very simple, and it costs absolutely nothing. Help us through this campaign, and we just want to pay forward, not only to our viewers, but for those that can't afford mental health services. Just remember, the statistics are real. Only 4 out of 10 Americans can afford mental health services. So help us change that. Hopefully, we can move the statistics and perhaps move it from 4 to 5 out of 10 people have good mental health services.
Let's start.